Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Okay, so here's my thing. I don't understand. Brooke tells Ridge everything. And for like the first, we'll sit there and say, I don't know, 7 minutes. Because this episode's like maybe, 20 something minutes. He's in disbelief. He does not believe it. And then the rest of the episode, he's like, oh, wow, he starts really putting the pieces together. Now, she practically throws Carter and Hope under the bus. And, she gives these reasons like, they felt like they didn't have a choice. They felt like they weren't being heard. Steffi just kind of fired her unfairly and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, Brooke, what do you think is going to be the outcome for your daughter and Carter? Because you keep sitting there saying, towards the end, it's like, this isn't right and everything. Did you hear what Carter was sitting there saying? That he was tired of watching the Logans be treated like secondhand trash at that place. That at any point, anybody can get it. Katie can get it. Donna, okay, well, Donna doesn't work there, I don't think, but Katie can get it. You can get it. Your daughter already got it. And he wants to sit there and make sure everyone's voice is heard. Okay? So you're trying to make it seem like he's doing this it is definitely betrayal, and it's also illegal. Let's just be very clear about that. But part of me is just so surprised that she was willing to do that after hearing his plan and after the fact that her daughter is also involved in this. Now, I've heard a lot of people sit there and say what Brooke did was the right thing, and I'm questioning that because on one hand, yes, that's your partner, and you want to protect her. Okay, so you go and be like, hey, listen, they're doing this, right? And that's what a good partner would do. Your daughter's involved. Your daughter got asked. Okay? Carter running the company, your daughter can sit there and get back that job. And you just sabotage that. Also, I know that Carter's gonna sit there and protect her and everything like that, but like you just outed pretty much your daughter in this whole scheme. That's what you did. You just outed your daughter. So when Hope finds out what Brooke did, she's gonna be pissed off. And what is Brooke gonna sit there and say? Well, I was doing this for your own good. I was protecting you. What are you gonna sit there and actually say? How are you gonna explain this to your daughter? This is the part where it's just baffling me. It's just a very baffling sort of thing. And I'm just wondering how is that all gonna be? How is that all gonna go down? And then next, you got Electra meets the guy Remy. Remy's like, I'm here for a fresh start. I'm also here to sit there and see you. I've been keeping tabs on you. The thing is, it's his wording, right? Because if he's not the actual stalker, then who is the stalker, right? Like, there's dialogue. I've been keeping tabs on you. I really want to sit there and see you. Yeah, we're definitely going to sit there and meet up. And even afterwards, he's looking at a screensaver of hers. He's like, yeah, I'm definitely going to sit there and we're definitely going to see each other again. So, is this some sort of misdirect, or is he the actual stalker? And how long are we going to sit there and get to the point where we find out what's going on with her situation? Because we're listening to talking to Ivy, and he's like, I feel like there's a sense of like something going on, like she had to leave to come here, like she was in a bad situation before to get to here to a better situation. She's very elusive. Ivy doesn't really sit there and say much, but they're kind of worried about Electra because she's like, he's like, yeah, she was supposed to be here, but she shows up. She's like, hey, listen, I was catching up with an old friend from back where she was from, and she makes it clear, hey, listen, boyfriend and girlfriend, that's just a friend. I think you might want to sit there and tell him that. Just saying. Meanwhile, you got a repeat scene of Hope and Carter justifying their actions. And Carter's sitting there saying, well, he should have listened to me. So because he didn't listen to you, decide to stab him in the back? Is this what you're sitting there telling yourself? And of course, you got your little bobbleheaded birdie, aka Hope Logan, sitting there saying, well, you did sit there and tell him, I mean, what they're doing is just out of control. So you're justifying his actions. And then she keeps sitting there saying, well, if you do it and, don't do it for me, do it because it's the right thing to do. Well, he's not just doing it for you. He's also doing it for himself. He wants that idea pushed out. And he's like, hella high water. You're going to make that happen. If you don't listen to me, well, we're just going to have to go about it in a different way. And that's what he does. So now Ridge, oh, and of course afterwards, they have their good loving with the sexy saxophone music, and I'm kind of just like, bro, he can sit there and put your ass in jail. So you better sit there and remember that for a very long time, that memory, because you want to go into federal jail. There's a bunch of jokes that I could sit there and say, but I don't feel like this is an appropriate place to do it at, so I'm not gonna go there. They're in my head. If you know me, I think you know where some of this stuff is going. Um, I'm very curious about tomorrow. What's going to end up happening? I thought we were going to sit there and see results of that, but of course, it took him took him 15 minutes, the first 12 or the first 8, to sit there and be like, "Nah, what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. I trust him." And now he's like, "I trusted him. He gave me warnings, and I didn't listen." So of course, the big question is he going to get fired? Get fired, get disbarred, go to jail. The sad thing is that Brooklyn's like they felt like they had no choice, and Ridge was like, of course they had a choice. They could did this, they could did that, they could have got another job. And he's right about all that. Yes. I'm there's been times where I felt like Ridge has been out of pocket. This is not one of them. I'm just very curious to sit there and see what is he going to do to fix this situation. I think it was Donna. Somebody was like, there's ways, even if they didn't know and they found out afterwards, they could sit there and still fight that. You're not just going to sit there and tell me because he signed his name on an LLC that $1 billion company, well, it's just now in his hands and they have no say on trying to get it back. This is the part where it's just so confusing because he is just assuming that this is just going to work and it's just going to go through. And I'm like, I know that he's supposed to be a lawyer, but I'm like, this is not really making a lot of sense. Well, Tom's going to sit there and Tom. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else, but if I do, um, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born the Beautiful and Young and the Restless, and I will see you in the next video.